answers. If you didn't felt like you taking a drink out of a fire hydrant, then you were paying attention. You were like doing something else, weren't you? You're like, oh, is he talking to me? Yeah, I am. Hello? Hello? Right, exactly. No, I'm talking to the guy that we're streaming to. You need to pay attention to this next thing. If you've got questions and answers, you have questions and you need answers, listen. This is important, okay? All right, so I'm going to open it up to the group. Questions about what happened? Yes?
So, how might we take what Miriam said, integrate it what Karen had shared, and then blend it in with what you've done to help everybody double their income?
Well, they could probably get on a mastermind call this Saturday.
Is there a faster way?
I know you know there is a faster way. That's all I'm saying.
So
You know what? Let me ask you a question, Mark. Is there a faster way?
The answer is just yes.
Yes. Yes.
So, like, how many people here, like, see that?
For me, it's a screen sheet. It's active participation. Is it just sitting back and just trying to receive the information, but being participatory and really being active in participating? You know, sort of like Mark was saying, standing up here and teaching it, he learns more than sitting, you know, in the chairs. And so whatever it is that you're, you know, if you're wanting to be more, you know, have more success or whatever, being active in actually pursuing that and participating, I think is.
So if you were to take, like, what you went ahead and taught, like, which of the, like, let's say the driver, just, you know, just throw out the driver. Like, how would the driver do what you just said a little different than what you've done, maybe?
Probably less words. Yeah.
I think the driver would say, give me a second. The driver would say, here's where I'm going, here's my path, get out of my way. Or my mentor from years ago, his favorite thing was, I'm either going to lead you, you're going to walk alongside me, or get behind me, get out of my way. Which I live by that to this day. I mean, my thing is, I want someone to either lead me, walk alongside me, or just get out of my way. So I think a driver is very clear where they're going, and they want people who understand that. So it's, you know, lead, walk alongside, or just, I'm leaving you in the dust.
I disagree with just a little bit.
Okay,
Being a driver,
okay.
I'm going to say, let's do it, let's start it, and we're going to figure out the path once we start it.
Right.
But what if you have a person who's working with you who gets stuck on the analytic? What if you're working now with an analytic?
Right, like somebody was afraid of getting up and speaking.
Right.
Right.
So
Like,
what do you do with that
How
person?
would we win that over? Like, what if that's really why people didn't go ahead and respond to Kevin? Like, what would it take?
Get them up in front of the room.
Yeah, but it,
Yeah,
If you're scared to talk in front of them.
you
get
could
them
do
up.
that. You could do that.
right, but most
That's
people.
how I would approach it.
Right.
Yeah.
You could do that. You have the capacity energy-wise, because you've participated. You insert yourself. But so it'd work for you. I mean, you'd be up there, boom, in a minute. But most people don't have your frequency or your capability.
Well, I think it's that I think people don't give themselves enough credit. They get in their own way. So
What
I
if
think.
what if you took a box like, I don't know, like box 12, like a magic seed? What if there was someone that used to have that fear and overcame that?
Do you have an example in mind, Mark?
See, what I'm curious is, how, like Miriam brought up a good point. I mean, that's intriguing to me. I mean, I'm thinking, how many people didn't respond? Because if you have a legitimate fear of getting up in front of people, I mean, I get that. I mean, that,
Right.
what if that wasn't the case? What if there was some other reason other than fear? Because fear, I mean, it's like, it's more than death. I mean, okay, I get that. Like, what if that, how many of you did not respond to Kevin because you have a fear of getting up in front of people? Okay, 1, 2, 3, okay, 4,
Get up,
5,
get up, get up.
5, okay. Because if somebody could help you overcome that fear, then you'd volunteer, right? You go, I mean, if that's really what it is, well, then you'd overcome it.
Right.
And you'd have like 5 volunteers, like now.
Right, I could like teach them immediately.
Right, well, I don't know, either
maybe
way,
not
you'd
adults.
have them raise their hand,
Yeah.
at least we'd have somebody committing.
Well, maybe not adults, maybe what I should do, because a lot of what I've recently done is take 8 to 18-year-old kids who want to learn how to speak better, and to act, I actually train them professionally. They don't know it's professional stuff, but they get to the point where it's like amazing. But I think they would do an outstanding job because they were like, even though I'm scared, I know I got Mr. King.
So what
He's
would
got my back.
what would a driver do? Like, how would it be different for a driver?
Stand up and get over here, take the thing out and just.
So when if a driver were up here hypothetically,
Right, like say you.
I mean,
Let's say if you hypothetically,
If-
because you're more like expressive, amiable.
right, exactly. So if there was a driver, the driver's not leaving
No,
here
no
until
way.
Someone's
We're
up
gonna
there.
get done
until there's
now.
at least 5
Let's do
people
this.
raising. I mean,
Right.
why would you ever put all the energy and excitement and enthusiasm and the care and the passion and the study and coming together every Saturday? Why would you put all that energy in if you're not going to get a commitment?
Right.
I don't, like a
It's like
driver.
a Maserati and you're just, it's filled with gas and you're revving it into the thing,
Okay.
going nowhere.
Now, what if it wasn't that reason?
Oh.
What other reason would there be other than, other than fear?
I don't know.
Lack of knowledge,
Lack of commitment.
Confidence.
confidence.
Well, I'll give you all the knowledge you need. Download it in 2 minutes.
Okay, so they
That's
either
not-
trust you or not.
Right, either one.
So they might not trust, okay?
A lot of times, a lot of people feel this way. That man says he's gonna help me, but what in the heck is he looking to get as an ulterior? What is his ulterior motive? Is his ulterior motive to completely help me or to gain some kind of opportunity for himself?
That is very profound.
Distrust.
Doesn't
So
matter.
that might be another reason.
Exactly.
Like Alan, I mean, he addressed that in dimensional thinking, so we covered that. I mean, we
Right.
can either trust or not trust, and so we can
Right.
take Alan's advice to do it or not.
Can I ask him a question? Do you think there are people in the world who help people without looking to make a gain?
No.
Okay, then that's your personal opinion. You cannot convince anyone to do anything
Right.
or change their mind.
Okay. Is there any other reason?
They don't want to do
Just-
it?
They don't want to?
No, they don't want to do it.
They just-
They
They're
just don't
disinterested.
feel like that's their calling.
I hadn't thought of that one. So what, if I was still, am I still in the role of driver or not?
I think it's more like expressive. Be
Expressive.
amiable for a minute. Because people like when people make them feel good. They feel good.
You know?
Yeah, that's right.
Cheerleader role?
We didn't want to upset you by bringing you up here. You shouldn't be up here. You should just sit. and-
See, I wouldn't think this, but my wife might.
Right, okay.
She might, like, I would never say this.
No, I know, you would.
Sometimes my wife, she thinks people are stupid, lazy, sloppy,
Wait. Run that by me again. Stupid, lazy, sloppy, and undisciplined?
She,
I don't know anything like
she
that.
would say that. She'd be like,
Really?
you know, the only reason they don't go up is really sloppy, undisciplined, lazy.
She would say that? I can't believe Rosanna would say that. She doesn't strike me as that kind of a person.
Well, if I'm an amiable, she would be.
Oh, okay, if you were an amiable, she'd be the driver.
Right.
Oh, I get it.
And then they would, when they whine and complain, she'd go on to say, you know, when they whine and complain about not making money or
Yeah.
having, that's their front fault.
Oh,
Because they're sloppy and undisciplined.
well, shouldn't people just give you money for doing nothing?
You're tough to get.
Right? Wouldn't that be more equitable? Are you?
No.
Yeah, you seem that way.
Yes,
Now, how would an analytic take care of that? Somebody who's more like, yeah.
So, like when I was in college, I was going for my bachelor's degree in marketing. I had
Was that your second or third BA? that you-
Third.
Third BA, okay.
And so I had 4 classes that I had to give a group presentation to. And I hated speaking so much that I got out of all 4.
How?
It's pretty easy. You know, there's a group, and so I had more computing power than the whole group, and so I'm just like, I hate speaking so much. I'm gonna go ahead and work with the other people in the group and say, I'm gonna put together all this thing, I'm gonna put together this amazing presentation. I'll put together all of that, you don't have to do anything, I'll do all that, as long as I don't have to present. And it worked with all 4 groups. So I had a fear of speaking and hated it so much that I got out of all of it. Now, I'm an international speaker
Right,
and
and
author.
author.
Figure that out.
How do you bridge that gap?
So that's my question. How did you overcome that?
Uh-huh.
Because I know what I did. Because I was one of the shyest people you'd ever know.
We get that.
And I had a professor when I was doing my thesis, because I was going to do the same thing. I was going to do all the background work and let someone else in the group, and
Right.
the professor found out about it, and he said, I'm pulling you out of the group. You have to do your own thesis on your own, and you'll have to orally present it to the group, to the professor. Oh my God.
Right. So
But
you
then
either had a better professor than I did, or I might just have been a little bit more clever.
You probably were more clever.
I don't know.
I was,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
But having a sales background after my social work background, I just love speaking in front of a group. The more people, the happier I am. But I had someone say to me, you're doing it. So he was a driver. He said, in order for you to get your master's, you'll have to make this oral presentation.
Right. So, did you have a question for me?
Yeah, how did you overcome your fear?
Oh, it was real simple. I got married. You know. I got married. We were both in college. She was 19, I was 20. We graduated, and then the only thing I knew I didn't want to do is go into sales, because I didn't like salespeople, never want to become a salesperson. But I had goals, long-term goals, and I just looked at reality, the truth, and said, I'm not going to get to my goals unless I go into straight commission sales. Went into straight commission sales. We decided to start a family right away. And I love people, I just don't like them. So I do. I love people, but I don't like them. And that's not good if you're in sales.
Right.
You know, it's just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just not good in sales. So I went out there, we decided to start a family. She was 3 months pregnant when I took the 100% straight commission position. I made $1 an hour the first 3 months. And I said, Mark, this isn't working well. You have to find a more efficient way to make money.
Is that the seed of the system that you put together?
It is. And so I went out and started speaking, because you can sell to a whole lot of people, a lot more people. I mean, it's efficient. So the driver kicked in, said, I don't care if I like it, I don't care if fears. Bottom line, I have to put food on the table, you know, for my new little one that's coming along. Wife's not working outside the home. It's very simple. Like, would you jump out of a 3-story building? Not normally voluntarily, okay, but if you have fire, you know, if you have fire, then you will. And so if you have a fear of public speaking, just get a bigger fear. And a bigger fear might be not being able to support your family, or losing your house, or whatever. So you escalate that. So the 5 that raised their hand, I can totally help you overcome your fear. I mean, if I can do this, anybody can do it.
Just to add to that, people only change when the pain of change is greater than the pain of not changing.
Yeah.
And a driver
Creates pain.
can bring on the pain.
Creates pain.
Yeah. Yeah, the driver
Loves
loves. All right, so how many of you are going to take Kevin up on his offer? Can I see your hands?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
That's better than.
Oh, that sounds like a magic seed, baby. That sounds like a magic seed.
We're going to wrap this up. Let's talk right after this. So there you go. Next steps, what are we doing next month? What's number 4? What's line number 4 on your sheet? It's up here too, for those of you who don't have your cheaters on.
Oh,
Would it be okay to convert your prospects faster?
Yeah.
We're converting more prospects to clients, but we want to convert them faster, right? I mean, you could have I don't know what your conversion ratio is, or maybe you're in missions like Bruce. Maybe you're looking to, build teams of people. Maybe you'd like to get to your next, place where you're going to be doing your missions work sooner. Maybe you've got groups that you're trying to assemble. This system can help you in everything. Identify targets, develop and deliver a message, track those leads, ask good questions, key questions, implement a 10+ strategic strike, which is very difficult. We can help you with that. Group people and messages. And that's what we're here for.